Today on Beyond.
That's when I heard the gunshot. And I ran to the door. He was rolling on the ground.
The one question haunting a mother pulled away from her dying son. Plus, an accident stopped him from asking her to marry him. But a shocking proposal comes after he died. And why does this mother feel she's to blame?
I was his mom. I should have been able to do something.
Today on Beyond. Using his extraordinary psychic ability to communicate with spirits, he's transformed lives by unlocking mysteries and sharing secrets from the other side. James Van Praagh, best-selling author, renowned medium, and your connection to the world beyond.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I want to welcome all of you here in the studio for coming here today, and also you who are watching, going beyond with me today. Thank you very much. I'd like to start tuning into people around here in the studio because, you know, you think that it's crowded here. If you saw what I saw, you'd see a very different story. Okay, so we just go where it's led, so we'll see what happens here. Let me come here. I want to come to here, too, though. I'm going to come to both of you people. Are you related at all? No.
Yes.
Are you sister? Who lost the baby? Did you lose a baby? And is there another baby? What's your first baby?
That was my first baby.
But there was a loss of a
baby.
baby. Okay. Before you lost this baby, was it a boy, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. Before you lost this baby, hold on. Would you guys mind standing? Are you family? I would like your family to stand because I have more than one person here. There's a father figure also. So you must be a father that passed over.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because there's a father that's coming in here and it's related to you. Before your baby passes over, before that, like before the other two babies, you also lost another child. I don't know if it was a stillborn or a miscarriage. But you lost another one because there's another one in spirit that belongs to you as well, okay? This is a girl baby, I'll tell you that right now, okay? I know that this past baby that passed, a little boy, you were hoping was a girl or someone was hoping was a girl. Are you the grandfather? Okay. There's a connection with a Tom somewhere?
That's me.
That's you? Okay. Father's coming in, talking about you. Tom, must be your father that's passed over.
Right.
And he's brought the baby in for you. I see there are toys in a crib or toys in the, I don't know, the bassinet or crib thing here. But I also want to tell you that I'm still holding the animal, an animal of the babies. Okay? What do you wind up?
He had a little wind-up radio with a dog on the front.
Okay. Do you still wind that up sometimes?
My parents
I just found it yesterday.
Thank you. I know they're talking to me, but your father wants to tell you the baby is fine.
Okay.
The baby is fine, that it was not your fault the baby died.
No.
Would you please understand that? That there was actually a doctor's appointment that you brought the baby to. That there was a doctor's, or you brought him, I don't know if you went to see the doctor a few weeks before, there was something.
He was in the hospital and set for about a month of his life.
He came into this world with a physical body that was not strong. I'm telling you that there also was trouble with either a fallopian tube before you had the baby, or there was, right?
I've never carried any of my kids full term.
While you're carrying this baby, there was a lot of nervousness.
Yes.
There was a lot of stress in your life. There was also movement, by the way, from one place to another place, okay? Your husband was changed jobs. There was change, or they're changing all around.
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand this?
Yes, yes.
Your father wants me to tell you he brought everyone here, and he brought the baby for you, okay? Now, I know you look at the baby pictures, the little baby pictures. You've been looking at it. And you had it with you? You carried it or brought it with you?
It's in my pocket.
It's in your pocket?
Yeah.
Okay. The baby's going to be fine. The baby's going to be fine in spirit. It's going to grow up in spirit.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I know it was there a little necklace that was made or something that was made, or hand thing,
Right.
with her name?
With his name on
His
it.
name on it?
Yes, I brought it.
You brought it with you? Okay. Because I'm being shown some with name, and it was,
Yeah.
how do we get that name on there? It's going to be hard to get that on there, but you insisted. You understand that?
Yes.
It was hard to get the name on there, but they insisted on doing it. God bless you. I'll leave it with that.
Thank you.
He came into this world with a physical body that was not strong.
He weighed 1.5 pounds. He was on a ventilator after I had him. He wasn't strong enough to make it.
Can you just share with us how he passed away, what happened?
I had him at 25 weeks. He was doing okay, and we found out he had problems with his intestines. and they had to take out 90%, and it just went downhill from there.
What do you wind up?
He had a wind-up, it was a little radio with a puppy dog on it, and it played, you know, lullabies, and that was his favorite thing.
Was there a little necklace that was made or something that would made her hand thing?
My dad had this ring made for me before my son passed away. It's hard to see, but it says Little Mark.
I know you look at the baby pictures, the little baby pictures.
I have that picture
Oh, look at him.
of him, and this picture, he was 8 months old.
Your father wants to tell you the baby is fine.
I've been waiting for years to hear that, know that he's okay, and I've always had a feeling he's been with my grandfather, and now I know he is.
That it was not your fault the baby died.
James saying, you know, your son wants you to know it's not your fault.
Do you feel like it's your fault?
Not really my fault, but I feel like I was his mom. I should have been able to do something.
Sherry, thank you so much. And I'm so happy you know now your baby's in a good place.
Still to come.
One of the paramedics came in, he held my hand, and he just said, "You didn't make it."
Her boyfriend was going to pop the question. Then he died in her arms. Would she have said yes? Her answer will surprise you. Plus, she wanted to be with her dying son, but paramedics pushed her away.
I said, I have to go, and they wouldn't let me go.
What's the one thing her son wants her to know? Next, on Beyond.
You know, I recently met a woman whose son was gunned down in front of her home, and she's been filled with guilt because she couldn't be there with him in his last moments and wanted to be forgiven.
He was young, he just turned 16 years old, just had a great big heart. I miss Matthew so much. It was during El Nino, and you know, it had been raining, so it was kind of cold. It was in February. Matt had gone to church, and he had gone to youth night. He had just gone outside and opened the gate, and that's when I heard the gunshot. It was so close to me, it sounded like it was right in my house. And I ran to the door, and he was rolling on the ground. I yelled, I said, "Are you okay?" And he said, "I've been hit." He said, "Mama, am I gonna die?" I didn't think he was gonna die. Went running outside, and the policeman grabs me, and he starts telling me, "I have to talk to you, I have to talk to you." I said, "I have to go." And they wouldn't let me go. The next time I saw someone, they came to tell me my son had died, that they couldn't save him. He was scared, and I wanted to be with him. And I just want him to know that I was there.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. I'm James.
Hi, James. I'm Berta.
You're Berta. Hi, Berta. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia. Nice to meet you. Well, thank you for having me here, and I hope I can help you. Hi, ladies. Thank you very much for inviting me to your house. Now, I know you lost your son, yes, and that's your brother to a gunshot wound. I know that, and that's why you've called me up to help you with that. Or just make contact, I guess. Hopefully, he will come through. I'm just the medium and the intermediary, really, between the spirit world and the physical world. With that in mind, I'd like to begin, okay? If you know what this, they're talking to me about another child that passed over.
Yes.
Understand that?
Yes.
And this is a long time ago, all right? And was this your son also?
A long time ago?
Was this your son that passed over?
No.
Okay. That's your boy or your brother?
That's on my mother's side of the family. That's a cousin's child.
Is it initial C for a name?
Oh my God.
I'm thinking it might connect with him, that was Krista or
Carlitos.
Carlitos, okay, because that's what he's connected with, okay? And he wants to give love to you and love to all of you here on the earth. He's talking to me about keys.
Yes.
You still have his keys or something, or what about those keys?
I wanted to put them in his coffin, and I couldn't find them.
You put enough in there anyway. He just said to me, she put enough in there anyway.
Okay.
He's also referring to the second of the month, the second, something of the second. I don't know what this means. So he's referring. Okay, it's on the second. Okay. He's showing me a bear of some sort, a teddy bear or a bear. I also want to ask you, who's initial J?
Jay is my significant other. It's been like his father.
Okay. Well, Jay, he wants to give love to Jay, and he wants to thank Jay. And he's telling me that Jay is a really good guy. He's sorry he didn't like him at the beginning or something. Understand that? Because he said we didn't really connect at first. And he had to learn to accept him because he had a hard time at the beginning accepting him, but not anymore. And he thinks Jay's good for you. But my mother gets bored. My mother's impatient. He said it. Sorry. He said, this is interesting, he's telling me that when the bullet struck him, he feels as if something was shut down. That's all he remembers was a sound. And it was like blackout. And next thing he knows, he's above his body looking at people. He said his death was very quick. He said it was very quick, and he said it was really painless. He said, don't think of me as it being painful, because it wasn't. He keeps showing me a necklace around your neck, and he's talking to me about either buying this for you or giving this necklace.
He asked me to buy him a silver necklace.
Did you buy the silver necklace for him?
Yes, but I wanted to put it on him
On
and
the
bury
coffin?
him. And
They wouldn't let you.
no, my daughter wouldn't let me.
Okay. You still have his silver necklace, though?
I am.
You have. Are you wearing it? There it is. Okay. He said to me, you knew I would reference that today because they were saying if he mentioned something about the silver necklace, then we know Matt's here. Is that right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Verbatim.
On the way here. On the way here. Exactly.
I like the hills. So is he buried where there's a big hill? You understand? Because it shows me a big hill. He goes up and I look and I see it, and there's a white cross somewhere, by the way. There's this huge white cross he's showing me. Understand? And he is so happy that that's there because you handpicked this, because you wanted to have a nice view.
We did. That was the word.
That's what he said. I hope that helps you.
It helps me a lot. Yes, it did.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You showed me a bear of some sort?
No one knew about that bear because it was still in the bag that he purchased it in, and it was on the closet floor.
He keeps showing me a necklace around your neck.
I could have just fallen through the chair when he said, you know, the necklace, and it was like, whoa. It was like Matt was in the room, in that tiny little bathroom. Matt was in the room, and he was listening, and he spilled the beans.
You wanted to have a nice view.
He has a view, and it actually faces the old house. Nobody knew that. There was nobody there but us and Matthew.
And next thing he knows, he's above his body looking at people.
When James mentioned that Matthew was, when he was out of his body, when he was dying, that he saw everything. He knew I didn't abandon him, and that's what I wanted him to know. And he knew we were at the hospital. So that was very important to me. I feel relief. I feel peace. I feel peace. I can go to sleep tonight and know that my son is with God.
Please welcome Berta Barbas.
Berta, was it strange for you to have this medium come into your home with all these intimate details about your life?
Absolutely. I don't usually have mediums at my home, but yes, absolutely.
Now, has anything changed for you since the reading?
I had a great deal of guilt about touching anything of my son's. His room was off limits, his clothes were off limits, and after the reading I was able to go into the closet. I didn't feel like I was trespassing any longer. I felt that he was at peace. He didn't need these things anymore. So this was wonderful for me. This is wonderful. Thank
great.
you so very much.
Oh,
You really
you're very
changed my life.
welcome. No problem. My heart is with you, and I'm glad I was able to help you. We'll be right back.
She was on a dream vacation with no idea her boyfriend was about to propose. Then a freak car accident took his life.
I found the ring after Monty was killed. It was wonderful and it was awful at the same time.
Will James give her boyfriend the answer he wants to hear? Next on Beyond. Imagine while on vacation, getting in a car crash, watching your boyfriend die, and then finding the engagement ring he was planning to give you. That's what happened to our next guest. I have to stress the piece you're about to see was taped before the show. No one in our studio, including James, has seen it. Here is Alma's story.
I'm here to connect with Monty, who was to be my fiance. He was killed in a car accident 6 months ago, and It's been a very tragic loss, and I'm really hoping that James can put us in touch once again. Both of us knew, of course, that we were going to get married, and we knew that we were just made for each other, and it couldn't be any other way. I found the ring after Monty was killed. It was wonderful, and it was awful at the same time. It was wonderful because I knew how he felt about me, and I knew that I was the one he had chosen to spend the rest of his life with. But at the same time, it was an awful reminder of what couldn't be anymore.
Hi, Alma. How are you?
Great.
Nice
How are
to
you
meet
doing?
you.
Great
Good.
meeting
nice
you
to
too.
meet you. I understand that you had a boyfriend that you want to contact.
Yes.
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 He died unexpectedly.
Yes,
Okay,
Monty
accident.
died in a car accident.
Okay.
Very unexpectedly.
Okay. We'll
within
see what
15
we can try and maybe he'll come through, and if he does, hopefully he can bring things
Thank
through.
you. Hopefully.
Hopefully,
I've prayed
But
enough.
just be open to whatever happens, because that's really, we're not in control of who comes through. It's really who's around you, really, at the time. I feel as though he learned a lot from you, and of course, in relationships we learn from each other, but you taught him a lot. You taught him a great deal. You taught him, and he comes in behind you right now. This man is coming in behind you. He was very emotional. He said, I didn't mean to go. I didn't mean to go. And he, like you, is very organized. He said we had our whole lives organized and what we were going to do. And he told you to talk about a date book, like a date book or a Palm Pilot.
Yes, he just bought a Franklin Covey for me. And he had it personalized. He had a nameplate made for me. And they had mailed it, and I got it after he died. So it was kind of a little gift.
Was it just validation about
Yes.
that the book,
Yes.
monthly, the reminder, whatever it is, a daily
Yes.
reminder, what it
Yes.
was, he's telling me. He's telling me that before you, or even on the drive to where you were going, this is very strange, you guys were talking about either saving money or what we're going to do with our money or having enough money to do what we want to do. So wait, let me just go on here. And he's talking about either, I'm not sure, changing, buying a house or doing something with getting a house and setting up our house, and what are we going to do some of the furniture, and how are we going to put things together, like my stuff and your stuff, and bringing them together.
Yes.
And it's something in the car on the way there, we're talking about some of these things we were talking about.
Yes.
But he said we understood things together as far as security goes. You both are very security
much so.
conscious and putting things together for the future. God, he's telling me he'll always love you, he'll always love you, and he will look out for you. Was he driving the car?
Yes,
Because
he was.
he feels responsible. He feels responsible. And he said if any good thing came out of it, you're alive. You're alive.
Yes.
Hope you don't blame yourself for this, because it wasn't your fault. And you are so sweet, and you're adorable. You are adorable. And you think you nag. You don't nag him. He said you'd never nag me. You never, And he said you should better not forget. He just wants to make sure you don't forget him. He's telling me that. Tell her not to forget me. Tell her not to forget me. She won't forget you.
I could never.
He's going to be guiding you, sweetie. He's going to be with you. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, honey. That helps.
Thanks.
He said we had our whole lives organized and what we were going to do, and he told you to talk about a date book.
James said that Monty was very organized. Is that true?
It's funny you brought it up because Monty was getting more organized as he was spending more time with me.
Buying a house or doing something with getting a house.
We were looking into buying a house, and we were going to put all of our furniture together. And as we purchased it, we made sure that everything would match because we knew it was going to end up in one home eventually.
Were you going to get married?
Yes, Monty and I had talked about it, very much so. It was in the plan, and it would have happened more than likely either this year or next year. That's a wonderful memory he left me with, knowing that I was the one that he had chosen to spend the rest of his life with. That's the best gift he could have given me. It's just so very unfortunate that we ran out of time.
If you'd like to be part of the Beyond Show audience and have a chance for a reading with James, call our toll-free number, 1-866-88-JAMES, or go to our website at thebeyondshow.com.
Many people often ask me, what happens to spirit? How do I know that they're around me? And I say, well, have you had a certain fragrance that they used to smell? Is there a song that comes on the radio? Does a phone ring and no one's there on the other line? These are ways that Spirit lets you know that they're around you. Because you know what? Once they pass in the Spirit, they don't forget about you. They're with you all the time. And I want you to always remember that. So take that with you today, and we hope you go beyond tomorrow with me. Thank you, friends. Thank you all here. God bless. And to your father who's speaking about, your daddy also right here, okay? Sitting right here, wants to give love to you and the family, the big family, okay? Big family he's talking about. But hold on, because this lady wants me to tell you, this is the mother-in-law who said, please help Marilyn out.